York. If you challenge them on their attitudes about things, your history.
The techniques of odd polling and odd graphics of Democrats and weird banners in the lower third of your screen. These are all pretty sophisticated techniques, and they work in collaboration with the most genius marketing slogan in history, which is fair and balanced.
So if you're the graphics department and you can put up a liberal flip-flopper as the Chiron, hey, that's great, because the next time the graphics department has a discussion with management say, yeah, you guys have been doing a great job.
Graphics are always moving in the background. They've sort of pioneered the use of the American flag as an icon of your news broadcast.
So there's a lot of stuff that people come up with on their own, which in other news organizations, you'd never think of coming up with some of the stuff, much less even putting it on the air. But at Fox News, there's sort of you're rewarded for pushing the envelope. And if you're pushing the envelope against a Democrat and in support of a Republican, that's great. The problem comes if you try to push the envelope or, God forbid, should put in some sort of similar sort of style or approach to Republican, then you get yourself in trouble.
Is the nervous system of a democracy. If it's not functioning well, the democracy can't function. We're heading toward an election where most people are never going to be in a room with Kerry or Bush. What they learn about the candidates will be what the media shows them or tells them, decides not to show, not to tell.
People are faced with critical choices about the future of the country when they go into the voting booth. And I go in, and I have been, through the course of a campaign cycle, subject to false, distorted, caricaturing, and I may not even know where it's coming from, because often there's an echo effect off places like cable and like radio, and those wrong pieces of information are repeated and repeated. By the time it reaches me, I don't even know what the source was. This is the environment we're living in, and it's fundamentally undermining democracy, which is based on knowing some good and solid information so I can make an informed choice.
We'd like to be premier journalists. We'd like to restore objectivity where we find it lacking, and certainly there could be that interpretation because of my background, but I left politics a number of years ago and have run a news organization for the last 2 years. So we just expect to do fine, balanced journalism.
Do you guys use Wikipedia at all?
Yeah.
Do you trust the information on Wikipedia?
As much as you can trust information on the internet, I guess.
From my knowledge of what Wikipedia is, everyone can sort of add to it if they want to. So what makes that actually the right information in there?
Change things on it.
You've never seen that?
Yeah. You can change things. Someone went and changed something, and then they went back later, and it was rechanged back to what it said before. So that's...
Yeah, I use it. I'm an engineer, and when I look up science terms I don't know, Wikipedia on Google's the first thing that comes up, so I tend to go right there.
Yeah, I'm a student, so I definitely wouldn't use it in anything that I would turn for school, but if I'm looking up like music or, quick references for stuff in the news, then yeah.
Stuff that I don't really need to know exact information for, like if I want to know when a TV series started or when a movie was made, stuff like that.
I found some inaccurate stuff, like formulas, when you search for formulas in engineering. It's very descriptive, almost to the point where it's like almost useless.
I'm a history major, so they always tell us not to use it as a credible source.
Yeah, they tell us. I don't know if it's like credible or not, but I'm assuming it is.
There was actually a study done comparing the information on Wikipedia with the information in the Encyclopedia Britannica. Yeah. They found out that the error rate for specific data points was about equal, which is interesting because Wikipedia is totally a self-edited effort.
Does it get reviewed to find out if it's...
No.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Does that change your opinion?
It's still really convenient.
The thing about Wikipedia is that anyone that knows anything about Wikipedia and the online encyclopedia services knows that is not an accurate source for any kind of information used in the schools. We even considered at one point blocking Wikipedia because it is so inaccurate.
Has arranged instruction day for wiki editors. The goal of the day is to teach people how to edit in Wikipedia, which is the #1 source of information today in the world. As a way of example, if someone searches the Gaza flotilla, we want to be there. We want to be the guys who influence what is written there, how it's written, and to ensure that it's balanced and Zionist in nature.
I came here to learn more about how we as Israelis and as Jews can defend Israel online, on the internet, and particularly in Wikipedia in this case. Wikipedia is a bit of a complex system, and it's sometimes hard to figure out the rules. I've personally tried to edit things in Wikipedia that were against Israel, small things, and my changes were erased or undone, and I didn't understand why. And I think that this kind of knowledge is important for anyone who wants to be active in defending Israel on the internet, so that we can go and we can see the information and we can say this isn't quite right, it's showing one side of the story, and I have the power and the right to change that. And in general, it's so important for us to be online, working to defend ourselves and to prove to the world and to ourselves that we are just and we are right. And because right now, if you look online, if you do searches for certain terms related to Israel, it's just filled with anti-Semitism, anti-Zionism, and garbage. And there's not enough of us out there working to counteract that and make sure that the other side of the story, our side of the story, and our right side of the story is getting the right coverage and the coverage that it needs.
Wired.com has uncovered a 2006 study written for the U.S. Special Operations Command that suggests the military should clandestinely recruit or hire prominent bloggers. The report stated, quote, hiring a block of bloggers to verbally attack a specific person or promote a specific message may be worth considering. The report also suggested the Pentagon hack blogs that promote messages that are antithetical to U.S. interests. The report stated, quote, hacking the site and subtly changing the messages and data, merely a few words or phrases, may be sufficient to begin destroying the blogger's credibility with the audience.
The average American would be so shocked to find out there's something called COINTELPRO, the FBI's covert action programs against American citizens. Now, this Senate report tells what the FBI was doing against the American citizens, literally. Here's their statement. COINTELPRO began in 1956, in part because of the frustration with the Supreme Court rulings limiting the government's power to proceed overtly against dissident groups. It ended in 1971 with the threat of public exposure. The Bureau conducted, their terms, a sophisticated vigilante operation aimed squarely at preventing the exercise of First Amendment rights of speech and association.
COINTELPRO, where they had targeted thousands and thousands of people for investigation based upon no violation of the law, just hunches and suspicions, where they were tracking down Martin Luther King, who had committed no crimes, but they were tapping him, they were covering him, they were on his case all the time, and they were trying to dismantle him as a leader of the civil rights movement. But the fact that this could happen in America, this nation of law and accountability, and happen over so many years. Presidents of both political parties were involved in this. It was a bipartisan thing, and there was a lot of this that the agencies had to explain that were the result, directly or indirectly, of pressure from above. Yes, we were surprised.
The FBI set out to neutralize the Black Panther Party any way they could.
COINTELPRO was doing this mischief in attempting to pit the two organizations against each other. It got to the points where there was clearly almost a state of war that was existing between the two organizations.
The FBI had created this tension, but you had these two groups that, when they saw each other on the street, there's just a natural confrontation.
Correspondence propaganda between the two, telling one that the other one was doing something that
wasn't appropriate.
Well, I felt pretty bad because most of it was really crap. It was a waste of time. We destroyed a lot of lives, and I always deny that, but
The police department had infiltrated the Panther 21, and the highly publicized, highly touted trial of 21 members of the Panther Party for allegedly plotting to blow up department stores turned out to be a total hype, entire harassment, entrapment by the FBI, where it was revealed that FBI agents had infiltrated the Panthers, and the people behind any ideas of a plot to blow up anything were all government agents.
It's been revealed that incendiary blogger and radio host Hal Turner was an FBI informant and agent provocateur. Turner is being charged with making death threats against Connecticut legislators and Illinois judges, and he is to claim that his actions were legal because he did the same when employed by the FBI. Prosecutors have acknowledged that Turner was an informant who spied on radical right-wing organizations. But Turner went much further than spying. He also called for former Congresswoman Cynthia McKinney to be lynched. McKinney responded to the news saying, quote, "It has just now come to my attention that a journalist who suggested that I be lynched was actually being paid by our own government to say that. Now, when I reported it to the FBI, how in the world was I to know that he was at that time on the FBI's payroll?"
A prominent Austin-based activist named Brandon Darby has revealed he worked as an FBI informant in the 18 months leading up to the Republican convention.
Brandon was obviously living a double life, so the discord and aggression and violence and abuse are real. I experienced it personally. But we know that he has showed up at every important organization in this area. He has showed up in the immigrant rights organizations, in the refugee organizations, in the prison organizations, in the anti-war organizations.
When we started Common Ground, Brandon was right here. But I knew from the very beginning that Homeland Security had infiltrated us. I knew that when I realized that to be critical of FEMA response or the aftermath of Katrina, we took upon the wrap of Homeland Security. I was looking at it coming from many different ways, but God knows I didn't think it would be from Brandon.
Big cleanup is underway after another riot broke out last night during a protest against police brutality. Any message organizers had was quickly lost amid the damage and debris that put the actions of some protesters, not the police, in the spotlight.
Protest organizers called people to the streets to complain about police brutality. 221 people were arrested. They're blaming police for provoking the protesters and then going overboard. Police make massive arrests for nothing, this man says. Instead of targeting the main people, they grab everyone.
They want us to be aggressive with them. Put the rock down. Chicken-chested bitch. Take your mask off. You're a fucking corporate, three of you. It's a peaceful demonstration. They go inside and put their mouth on. These three guys are cops, everybody. Put the rock down, Bob. Police, let's see your face. Come on, police. Let's see your face. It's not going to help. It's not going to help. Come on, cop. And then go another way.
Wait, what's happening, Katie?
Okay, those two people are trying to hold the sign. She's standing in front of it, so she's blocking it. She's pissed. See? See that?
Oh, that's what it says.
What does it say? No planes?
Yeah.
Hit World Trade Center. What is the drama?
This guy's name is Nico, and his friend Ryan, they're provocateurs. That guy was wearing a dinosaur outfit, a full lizard dinosaur outfit, holding a no planes hit the building sign. So, and standing with our group, trying to make it look like he was with us. So their job is, and I don't know who's paying them, but their job, self-appointed or otherwise, is to make the 9/11 truth movement look crazy.
I'm recording everything.
Yes, I'm recording. No. You know how much fucking self-excellence we got? You don't fucking touch me! Don't fucking touch me! Get your hands hands off! Why did you do it? How much is this sold? It's more worth than yours. How much?